Like, how do you get your power from just an oath?
Ultra D&D nerd time. Let's talk about D&D magic. So in D&D, and this is a little woobly because D&D takes place in a lot of different settings and a lot of different canons and a lot of different editions, there is something called a magical weave. Basically, it's this stuff that permeates the universe. And when it's left alone, everything is normal, everything acts the way you think it should act, laws of physics, all that stuff. But when you tug at the weave, you basically get to break the laws of reality. And that's what magic is. So that begs the question, how does one tug on that weave to produce magical effects? Well, in a lot of different ways. Beings of high power can just see the weave and tug on it. So cleric deities and warlock patrons basically point at a dude and say, you can do this now. You can study the weave and find different combinations of objects and things in reality that naturally tug on it. You treat it like a science. That's what wizards do. You can be partly magical yourself, which means you can naturally interact with the weave, like sorcerers. And all of these ways of interacting with the weave require willpower. You exert your will, and then through some medium, the weave changes and you get a magical effect. Now these are sort of the finesse ways of interacting with the weave. You exert a little bit of will, and then the weave changes in subtle ways to produce the effect you want. But will can also brute force the weave. Sometimes there's just so much willpower in one location that the weave ends up getting tugged on to produce an effect. This is the magic of bards. Their music ends up creating human emotion, and there ends up being so much human emotion that it tugs on the weave of magic. This is also the magic of paladins. Paladins are so single-mindedly dedicated to one cause that willpower tugs at the weave of magic. Think of those scenes in anime where someone's bones are broken and they're bleeding out and they're almost dead, but somehow they stand up and they get a new power-up and they fight on anyway. It makes no sense why they should be able to do that, but their willpower was so great they were able to anyway. That's the mechanism that paladins operate by. They are so single-minded in their pursuit of their oath that the weave of magic allows them to have extra power to pursue that oath. And so in that way, guards probably aren't paladins. Because for them, it's a job. They're not single-mindedly devoted to protecting a person or a location or a city. They're doing it, they're getting a paycheck, and they're going home. But if a guard really would die for their city, if they would do whatever it takes to protect their city, then maybe they would become a paladin. So yeah, it's not just swearing any oath, it's swearing a specific oath that you will do anything in your power to fulfill.